from HR team. So I'm here to welcome you in today's session that is based on Corbiton technology. So our today's trainer is Mr. Mohammad Abdullah. He is a senior software engineer in QA department, and he will be telling us regarding the Corbiton technology, its introduction, its features, and why we need to use that and other related things regarding that. And so after that, Abdullah will be taking over that. And one more thing, that questionnaire session will be at the last of the session. So meanwhile, if you have any doubts or queries, so you can pen down your doubts, and after that you can ask at the last of the session. Okay. So Abdullah, you can start.
Yeah, thank you, Neha.
Yeah, hey team, I have joined. Sorry for the late. I
Yeah,
was
no
in meeting
problem.
with Anjul.
Yeah. So as Neha has given the high-level introduction, so I will start. Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes, Abdul.
Yeah, thank you. So today the training session is about Corbiton, and Corbiton is about testing the real devices on the cloud. So first of all, there are three ways to test our mobile application. One is our real devices, another is emulator, and third is simulator. So emulators and simulators are being used earlier before we have the option to test our real devices on the cloud. So the basic difference between real device and simulator and emulator is like a real device is the device which we are using, and emulator is like it's a software that mimics the hardware and software of that particular device, and it will be installed in the our machine in the PC, and then we can emulate the particular device. And emulator is basically that particular device emulator is being provided by the device manufacturer. If that device emulator is available, then we can use it. And the simulator, it doesn't mimic the hardware configuration of the device. It just mimics the software and the operating system of that device. So it is not that both are not as much accurate because we are using it on the PC rather than on the real devices. So like if we have emulator and simulator, then why we need real devices on the cloud? So the basic reason behind this is that we cannot have the exact and the real comparison and the real testing result on the emulators and simulator as we have on the real device. And if we will go for by purchasing, so there are lots of devices in the market. So we cannot have it all because like every day a new device is coming, every day a new OS is being launched by the manufacturer or the Android and iOS. And the third point is like even if we if we want to set up our own lab, so it will be very expensive and it will require more cost that the resources and the whole setup we have to take it. So the real devices on the cloud is a better option that we can have multiple devices and we have the real devices and we will have the exact result. So we have to like what is the use of third-party real devices, cloud devices is like, as I already mentioned, that we cannot afford to have our own lab. So that's why we have to use the third-party real cloud devices services. So there are various vendors who is providing that service. It is like AWS Device Farm, Corbiton, Pgloudy, Xamarin, Perfecto, Sauce Labs, Experitest, and there are many more, but these are the top service providers. So how it works, the basic structure is like we will just open the application on our machine, and we will that machine, when we will launch this, that is going to be send the command to that the lab which has been set up in another location, and we can just, it is being connected through the internet and we can use it.
Can two users use the same device at the same time?
No, two users cannot use the same device at the same time, because that would be being consumed by another user.
Okay, so the next question that I had in mind is that like you're saying that we're using virtual device in this software, right? So the virtual device that we're using, so the Wi-Fi that it uses, is it our local Wi-Fi or the company is providing some Wi-Fi connection of some sort?
No, like these devices has been placed in a particular location and they're using that infrastructure's network connectivity. They are not using the connection which I am using on my laptop.
Okay, so we are using the companies like for Cobiton's own Wi-Fi network. So
Right.
isn't there any kind of data leak problem? Like how secure is it?
Like they have their own protocols, and like in their security sections, they have provided like it is secured, and they are following some kind of protocols. So after going through that, we decided that yes, it is secured for us.
So like so what could you just give us a little insight about the protocols or like a short summary about the same?
So like what their protocols are, like for shared public devices, it like Combidon automatically clears all the session data. When I will start a session for any particular device, then we can see that they are removing all the clearing the data. And these dev centers, the lab, which is, it is ISO 27001 certification, and they have the rich APIs which are completely secured according to these certifications.
Okay, I have no further questions. Thank you.
And one more thing to add, like it has there is a protocol called as SOC2 and SOC3. So they are having these data centers which are having these two they are following two protocols.
Okay, that gives me a clearer picture about the software.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.